This is the rhythm of the
Good morning and welcome back to the goddamn YouTube channel. Today, what am I going to be doing today? Hold on, I get this off my face. I'm going to be taking you through what I am currently eating, calories, macros, food types, everything, what I'm eating just now to basically get shredded on this mini cut or get lean on this mini cut. I'm currently in a mini cut just now and I am making this video at the perfect time. Why? Because this is actually the last day of my mini cut, so it has landed perfectly, people. You're going to know how low my food has got. I'm going to tell you as well where I've escalated it from, or sorry, where it's been pulled down from, and how I've went about the approach of a mini cut. But first of all, I want to talk to you about what a mini cut actually is and when you would look to utilise one, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. Black coffee here because my Nespresso machine, we have ran out of Nespresso pods. What kind of household are we running here, Lindsay? Better actually calm the hell down because it's, it's 5:50 in the morning. Okay people, so a mini cut. What is a mini cut? Most people probably go, oh, it's just a diet for a short period of time. Yes it is. So, a mini cut is an extremely aggressive approach to fat loss, okay? It's an unsustainable, very aggressive approach, which I do not recommend, okay, for somebody who has maybe never dieted before. Now, if you have got a lot of body fat to lose, a mini cut is not going to work, okay? You're going to, essentially what you're trying to do here is take off as much body fat as possible within a shorter period of time, okay? Why would you do that? Maybe you're in an off-season setting, your appetite goes, okay? So in order to get your appetite back so you can go back into a bulking phase, that word bulking, I don't know, it just makes me cringe. You would go into a mini cut, you would drop food extremely low, you would potentially push cardio and output very, very high, and you would look to pull off as much body fat as possible and get your appetite back. Also, another reason behind a mini cut would essentially be you maybe get a little bit fluffy when you're in your gaining phase, so you're pushing up food, and you start to gain a bit of excess body fat, as you can do when you are bulking again. So how do we tidy up body composition quickly? We do an aggressive mini cut. We pull calories extremely low, put in a good bit of cardio, create more of a level of expenditure via steps and stuff like that, pull off as much body fat as possible. Okay, now why is this an unsustainable approach, and why should somebody who has never dieted down properly before not go about it with this approach? So first of all, if you've got a lot of body fat left to lose, this isn't going to work for you. Okay, you're going to pull off a bit, it's going to work for a few weeks. Essentially your metabolism is going to reach metabolic adaptation. You're still going to have a lot of body fat left to lose with no food to move with at all. Okay, so you're still going to be fat with no tools to use and no calories to play with. So unsustainable. Okay, now another thing as well, you're going to be very, very hungry from the get-go. Okay, you're going to be very, very hungry from the get, like you're putting yourself in the gutter essentially from day one on a mini cut. You'll probably feel a bit better if you've been pushing food really high for a couple of weeks, and then you'll just start to feel shit basically. Okay, so that is why it's unsustainable as well. So it's going to take an insane level of adherence for you to be able to push yourself for 6 to maybe 8 weeks, which is typically as long as a mini cut would last. You need an extreme level of adherence to achieve this. Not a lot of people have that, okay, but that's fine. Don't worry, don't test yourself and go, I can do this, I can do this, I can suffer. If you don't need to do that, then don't do it. Do you know what I mean? I always say long-term dieting is going to be so much more beneficial. Why? Because you're not going to find yourself in a hole from day one, okay? You're going to have more tools to use at your disposal. It's going to be more of a gradual approach, so you're not going to be starving straight away. You're going to be manipulating your calories over time, and you're not going to have a shitty relationship with food coming out the back end of it. This is what causes rebounds. This is essentially what causes binge eating. Okay, people restrict and are too aggressive with their drop in calorie consumption. If they're getting into a diet, somebody will go, right, tomorrow, females most typically, to be honest with you, I'm going on 1100 calories and I'm doing an hour's cardio a day. Completely unsustainable. What is unsustainable is unattainable. Okay, people who try and stick to this for long durations of time, they come out the back end of it wanting to binge, wanting to eat everything in sight. They act like their relationship with food becomes so poor, sorry. So typically I would say with regards to a mini cut, you're wanting to be an experienced dieter, somebody who has dieted down before, okay, and got pretty lean and knows what it feels like to be very hungry and knows how to control a post diet where they're not just going to come completely off the rails and binge and completely undo the work that they've put in the mini cut. So if you have not mini cutted, if you have not dieted before, don't attempt a mini cut because it's probably going to put you in a bad spot. Now another reason for people who would maybe mini cut, and I don't suggest this, people come to me, I get clients that come to me and they're like, oh, I've got a holiday in 6 weeks, how do you get me into shape as quick as possible? I say, look, I'll explain all it to them. I say, look, we can do an aggressive dieting phase, an extreme mini cut, pull off as much as possible. You're going to be hungry, you're going to be tired, you're going to be fatigued, you're going to feel like trash, you're not going to enjoy the gym, your energy levels are going to plummet, you feel like you're dragging your heels, you feel like death. Essentially, you're going to feel the way you are supposed to feel at the very end of a diet pretty goddamn quickly, okay? So what you could essentially feel in maybe 25-week period of dieting down, you're going to feel in probably 3 weeks because you're that aggressive with it, okay? And then that potentially leads to that person going on holiday, completely binging out and just having a terrible relationship with food. So I never suggest that. If somebody does come to me, I'll say to them, we can go about it with this approach. I don't really want to do it, but if they want to do it, I need to take their goals into consideration as well. I will explain the precautions behind it. But I'm rambling on anyway. So basically I've been in a mini cut now for 8 weeks. I've got pretty goddamn lean. This is the final day of my mini cut. I feel like trash, I'm starving, I'm dragging my heels, my energy in the gym's crap, I don't have any pumps in the gym. It's horrible, it's absolutely horrible. But I knew the goal was to pull off a good bit of body fat, okay, get my appetite back so I can go back into a gaining phase and get a wee bit of shredded content on the way there as well, which we did do. But I embrace it, I love it, I enjoy the struggle. I actually like dragging my heels, it's a wee bit of sadistic side. It's weird. I like the high cardio, I like feeling as though I'm in the gutter. But now there is no need for me to be here. Like, it's completely pointless for me to be here. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to be here much longer. So that's why I'm getting my ass the hell out of this mini cut. But people, that is essentially a mini cut. That is when you would look to utilise them. It is not sustainable whatsoever. I do not suggest people to do them if they haven't dieted down before. And that is it. So let's crack on with this full day of eating, shall we? Shall we get into it? Full day of eating, basically no food. You've came to the best point because this is the lowest my food is. So I'll run you through what my food came from, how high it was in my peak off season, what my body weight was in my peak off season, to what my body weight is now, to what my food is now. And it's a fair difference for 8 weeks, I'm telling you. We didn't waste any time. I'll also show you a transformation of my mini cut as I took my final pictures yesterday. And we can just get a look at things. But people, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drink my black coffee, I'm going to do my cardio, and we'll do my steps, and yes, my cardio will still remain in the off season. You've got to keep that heart healthy, albeit it won't be as much as I'm doing just now. And I'll run you through my current cardio regime as well. Essentially I wake up, black coffee, get the heart rate going, 30 minutes on the treadmill, 30-minute walk on the treadmill, gets the legs warmed up, downstairs, onto the bike, 30 minutes on the bike, and then I go for another 2 30-minute walks. So my steps are essentially at 14,000 and 30-minute cardio every single day. And my calories are extremely low, which I'll touch on throughout the day. Does that sound fun? But bye. Stay tuned. Let's crack into this day. Yes, so we are getting in the morning steps, fasted people. And typically as well, when I'm dieting, what I do in my full dieting phases, so I fast up until the afternoon. My first meal of the day will be my pre-workout meal, simply down to the fact that I'm not typically hungry until I have that first meal. Usually once you have the first meal, you spike your blood sugars, they can crash, and it has you craving more. So when dieting down, I always find intermittent fasting, if possible. If you're not training first thing in the morning, I always say fasting for as long as you possibly can, within reason. Of course, I still want to get the protein in, but within reason. The longer you can fast, it puts me in a spot where I can essentially backload some carbohydrates in the evening. Well, with all the carbohydrates I've got, I'm basing a lot of my carbs are going to be put into my pre-workout meal just to aid that performance in the gym, because a lot of the times when people are dieting down, maybe they'll have their cravings in the evening and they're like, I'll just keep all my carbs in the evening, but then they're not going to be utilising carbs round about that pre-workout window, which is going to put you in a very beneficial spot in order to have energy in the gym and continue to progress whilst you're dieting down. Do you know what I mean? And give you energy within the gym as well. So it's very important to understand that when dieting down, your peri-workout window, which just basically means the perimeter of your workout, your peri-workout nutrition, is so important. Okay, it's so important, because having that pre-workout meal with the carbohydrates in it, it's going to aid that performance in the gym. It's going to make your sessions a hell of a lot more fruitful in terms of what you can actually put in and take away. I do believe if you were to go into your sessions with maybe a protein and veg meal just because you want to save carbs for the evening, your training performance is going to drop off. And if you can't essentially retain the same performance throughout a dieting phase, retain the same numbers throughout a dieting phase that you were hitting when you were in your improvement phase, then that is when you can potentially look at muscle mass starting to drop off, because performance starts to drop off. Albeit within a dieting phase or a mini cut, which I'm in just now, and I'm at the depths of it, you will tend to notice strength can drop off when you're in the gym. It's perfectly normal, do you know what I mean? Food is energy, and when you've not got a lot of energy, and when body fat's dropping off as well, it puts you in a spot where you're not actually able to progress within your movements. So really you're just wanting to kind of stabilise their numbers and hold their numbers if possible. And if you drop off at the end of a dieting phase, that is normal, so don't stress about it. But you can avoid that happening sooner by basically prioritising your peri-workout nutrition and making sure you're getting some carbs in. But we're getting these steps in just now, then we're going to go down and do cardio on the bike. That's a good bit of expenditure already dusted off in the morning, and that's something I'd always state as well. If you have the ability to, try and get all your expenditure dusted off in the morning, because when you're dieting down, the later in the day, the more you're going to be dragging your heels, the more you're going to feel like shit. So it's good to get that expenditure dusted off nice and early, if possible. Because the last thing you want to do is go on the Stairmaster for 40 minutes in the evening after a long day. So, we're getting into this just now. Watch a little bit of motivational things on the YouTube. Down for cardio. We'll continue to fast, do a little bit of morning work, and then I'll have my pre-workout meal, go to the gym, and then I'll show you what other meals I'm having over the course of the day. But until then, over and out people, over and out. Let's get into this. And that, my people, is cardio. Complete. 30 minutes on the bike, 30 minutes on the walker. The walker warms me up for the bikes. As I said, this thing, it can rip your quads to bits. It's tough on the quads, but what I did find is if I go on the steps first, if I do the treadmill first and get some steps in, my quads are ultimately warmed up, so it's not much as a burn. But if I jump straight on this out my bed, oh, man will pay the price. But anyway, we're going to go upstairs. No, tell a lie, we're going to get in the shower. I need to go and wash my ass and the rest of my body as well, not just my ass. I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do a bit of client work. Still fasting just now. My first meal, as I say, it will go in probably about 11 AM as I'm training at 12 o'clock today, and that is pretty much my procedure when I am dieting. Whereas when I'm in a gaining phase, God almighty, bagels and fruit and salmon and eggs are going in at 8 o'clock in the morning. Send it on, but because this is the final day of the diet. And by the way, the next video is the post-diet cheat meal. I've not had sushi or anything, people, in about, God, how many weeks has it been? 8.5 weeks since I was in America, and I love my sushi, and I also love cereal. So, next video shall be the post-diet cheat meal, not cheat day, cheat meal. Okay, we're keeping it good. We'll keep it good, and it's sushi as well. But anyway, shower time. Let's go. Hey, so what is this stuff, you ask, Calvin? What is that you just poured into that glass? So essentially what it is, it's AM priming. Focus. You see that? Bring it back a bit. Take it, come on. AM priming. So basically it's like a cognitive enhancement tool. It helps towards decreasing brain fog in the morning, okay, so it's going to decrease that brain fog, it's going to, you're going to feel more cognitively enhanced, you're going to feel more alert, more awake, helps towards stress management as well. There's like a cortisol control agent in it, so before I have my check-ins, and I'm not saying my check-ins are stressful, but they can be, I'm kidding on, I love my job, so I'll have that scoop of this before I go to work in the morning, before I sit at the desk in the morning, and essentially it just helps me kind of switch on. Any kind of mental blur or cloudedness, that kind of brain fog sort of way will leave. Is it placebo? Probably not, because there is actually some very, very good panelling in here. It kind of helps towards like physical stress, mental stress, and just a good cognitive enhancement tool. So I have been using this for a little while now, and especially in this dieting phase where your brain doesn't work at an optimal rate when you're on very low food and you're getting leaner. But that all ends today. So I've been using it throughout this dieting phase, and it tastes fantastic, and already I feel alive and alert. Increases alertness as well. So I'm going to get that down me, I'm going to go for my shower, then I'm going to sit at the desk. Right people, we are ready. Bit of an easier going morning this morning. It is actually a Saturday, so I don't have check-ins on that on a Saturday. I still do setups, form analysis, calls and stuff like that. I'm still working, my WhatsApp's still popping off, I'm still working, I work 7 days per week, but on a Saturday we don't have to be as fast paced in the morning, we've got a wee bit more time to go at an easier going pace. It's time for meal number one anyway. I'm going to shut my goddamn mouth and I'm going to take you through meal number one. This is my first meal of the day. It is 11 o'clock, I'll be training at 12, so my first meal is my pre-workout meal, and it is the most carb dense meal of the day. When I say the most carb dense, I don't have a lot of carbs to play with just now, so this will be fun. For anybody who's wondering, by the way, on this, I'm obviously going to include it at the end, but currently I am on 1800 calories in this mini cup, which some people might look at that and go, oh well, it's not that bad, is it? For somebody who's 6'2" and sits around 100 odd kilo in their off season, that's very little food. That's very, very little food. So it's tough. It is tough, I'm not going to lie, but I've been here before, do you know what I mean? I've obviously prepped, I've stepped on stage, I've pushed myself a lot harder than this before, so it's second nature to get to the goal, do you know what I mean? I know what needs to be done and I'm doing it, albeit when you are dieting down to this extreme, and do you know what, I've went beyond where I need to go for my mini cut. I could have pulled it back a while ago, but albeit when it's just a mini cut, you've not got to go stepping on stage, you've not got to go, well, right in front of you anyway, that's going to come later down the line, but when that goal is not right in front of you, it can be a bit tougher. When the hunger's creeping in at night and you're like, Jesus, why am I doing this? But we make it through anyway, and like I say, it's the final day of the diet, and then the next day, I will be going out with a bang into the off season with some sushi, and that will be the next video, the post-diet cheat meal. But anyway, meal number one going in, which is a big ass bowl of oats, which I shall show you just now. Jesus Christ, look at that, my people, look at that. So we have got 100 grams of gluten-free oats, digest better, 50 grams of banana, 10 grams of dark chocolate. When the oats come out the microwave, whack the dark chocolate on it and whack it on it quick. It'll melt and it'll look like that and it'll be absolutely insane. Alongside 150 grams of frozen pineapple for the pumps, also aids digestion, and 30 grams of whey, which I'm going to pour in just now. Watch how this sludge elegantly pours onto my oats. Here we go. Yeehaw! Woo! I get very excited for this meal. Even though look at the size of that bowl of oats, it's tiny. But this is my carb dense meal of the day, and as you can see, I am prioritising it around my workout window to keep that training performance as high as possible in the gym. Do not leave any in that glass. That's gains in there. You leave any protein in there, you're leaving gains in that glass. We want all the gains. Right, so like I was saying, pre-workout meal, okay? This is how we go about it. The most carb dense meal of the day. It's going to put me in a situation where I'm prioritising that carbohydrate, that like I spoke about earlier, that peri-workout nutrition, but I'm prioritising carbohydrates around my session to aid that performance in the gym so it doesn't just drop off. A lot of people will noticed that they find it hard to progress in the gym, but they're not basing a good amount of food around a workout window, it's definitely going to help. Even though regardless of how hungry I am, I'd love to keep these carbs for the evening, but I need to prioritise my performance in the gym to obviously retain the goddamn muscle when I am dieting down as well. Which actually I have not really dropped off in any movements. I've stalled on a few movements. I'm still matching reps with good form and execution, so that's good. But anyway, pre-workout meal going in. I'll put the calories and macros on the screen right here. So it's the most calorie dense meal of the day, and I'm also breaking my fast with this meal. Now alongside that, cinnamon, people. Cinnamon is life. It goes on absolutely everything, and we saturate it in cinnamon. Cinnamon, very, very good. Numerous things this is good for. Numerous. Pink Himalayan salt as well. Not gonna lie, I've been kind of overdoing my salt a little bit whilst dieting down here. Come on, like 13 grams of salt per day. I've maybe been going a wee bit more, and we have got some low calorie maple syrup. Now, this is the skinny food one. I don't use this, to be honest with you. Well, obviously I've got it, so I'm using it. I use the one from Pit Stop Nutrition, which is no GMO, it's gluten free. There's not as much artificials in the one from Pit Stop, but Pit Stop have ran out of this one, so I'm having to utilise this just now. I'll put a little spray, just don't abuse this stuff, a little spray on my oats. Jesus Christ, look at that, people. How good does that look? I'm excited for this, as I have been. This is the same meal I have every single day pre-workout for the last 9 weeks. It's usually cream of rice in the off season, but oats are going to be a lot more filling, so they are, so I utilise oats to keep me more full. And good old pineapple as well. What will I do with the pineapple? Of course I'm going to get some cinnamon on that, don't be silly. And I'm also going to get a little spray of this on it as well. This, I'm okay with this, okay, I don't go crazy with it. Don't get me wrong, there has been times in the past where I've got a bit excited with this and I have abused it, not used it, and I've ended up with a kind of sore tummy, so I know my limits with the stuff. I'll put it on this meal and I'll put it on my final meal of the evening, which I will show you later on. I don't want to give it away. But this is it, this is my pre-workout meal, people. This is my pre-workout meal, which is going to aid my performance in that goddamn gym, and then the rest of the meals after this, protein, veg, not exciting, but we are getting shredded. Well, we were not getting shredded, we're lean, okay, we're lean. I know if I wanted to push it a bit harder, we could get shredded. But there's no need to go to that extent. There's a mini cut, and I'd say my coach has already said you've went too far with this. I'm like, I just want to keep going. I kind of enjoy the suffering, I'm a weirdo. But anyway, I'm going to tuck into this meal, people. I will give you the first bite, of course. I wouldn't do that to you. Here it comes. You ready? I know people like watching people eat, some people don't like it. Actually take enjoyment from it, it's weird. So good. When I finish my diet, all I want is more of this. It's weird. Like, I'm not craving junk foods and stuff like that. I'm not craving junk food, I'm literally just want more of the food that I'm eating just now. Which is not a lot of food, but more oats please, more oats. But we're going to tuck into this. We're going to get to the gym. What have we got today? That was weird, wasn't it? Was that a wee bit weird? I do apologise. In fact, I don't apologise, that's me, so take it or leave it. Pre-workout, can of Monster. People, it's arm and delt day. We do not need a 300mg scoop of pre-workout to go and train our arms and delts, okay? Do not abuse this stuff. Keep the pre-workouts for the big days. Leg days, maybe a big nasty ass posterior or pull session, something like that. Keep it for your more taxing sessions, okay? This way as well, you won't just become like your sensitivity levels to the caffeine intake, they'll just drop, and you'll just need to take more and more and more, and that's not going to be good for you, okay? We don't want to be abusing it. So utilise the pre-workouts like an actual pre-workout formula. So I've got pre-workout formulas in there. I've got MB Pre, I've got Paradox by Enigma, Pit Stop Nutrition, CRM 10 for discount. And I've got that Ibiza juice, which is also from Pit Stop Nutrition, but I'm not going to use it on an arm and delt day. I do not need to obliterate myself with caffeine to go in and train arm and delts, okay? Maybe for the bigger sessions, yes, caffeine is going to drive performance. It does drive performance, it's proven to do so, so it is good to have a bit of caffeine in pre-session. But literally for an arm day, mate, you could have a wee espresso. Do you know what I mean? I won't even drink this full thing. I will not drink this full thing. I'll drink half of it, and I'll probably keep half of it for tomorrow morning for check-ins, and that genuinely is it. In fact, it's Saturday, so Monday. I like a can of Flat Monster anyway. Does anybody like Flat Monsters or just me? Like, Sometimes if I don't finish my can of Monster for my check-ins, so I use one with my check-ins in the morning, I'll leave half it and I'll put it in the fridge and it's nice and flat and chilled for the next morning. Anyway, can of Monster going in, and then we're going to head to the gym. Typically consume your pre-workout caffeine intake about, I think a sweet spot's 20 minutes, 30 minutes before your workout. I think I spoke about this in my last video. Your caffeine's going to spike within your bloods at its peak level about 45 minutes after consumption. So time you get to the gym, time you're warmed up, first couple of sets in, it's going to hit you and you're going to be at peak caffeine consumption level. And that's how we're going to utilise it. But I'm going to head to the gym just now. I'm feeling relatively ruined, to be honest with you. But like I say, it's arm and delt day, where I will still be putting 100 into that session. When I say that, by the way, it's just a less demanding session on the central nervous system. But I will still be smashing my arms and delts to bits today. You best believe that. Every time I'm in the gym, I'm going to war. I'm only kidding on, that makes me cringe, but I will be training hard. Because I need big arms and I need big delts. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Right, baby, I'm getting carried away. Lots of loving all season in the gym. Calvin made a little bit of a boo-boo. Never charged my camera, did I? It died before I went to the gym, so I didn't record the session. But listen, do you know what I was thinking about? I was like, do I wait and charge the battery? I need to get a spare battery. I'm still a YouTube rookie, so you mate, come on, I can use that excuse for another little while. But do you know, I'm going to need another battery. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, should I just wait and charge it? Or they're here to see what I'm eating to get shredded. They don't need to see me work out. So I just thought to myself, I'll crack on with the session, I'll come back and I'll show them the post-workout meal. Because today is all about the food. What am I eating to get lean? What am I consuming on this mini cut? And I'm about to show you what I'm about to have for post-workout. People, it goes right downhill from here. Like, it's not, it just gets poorer and poorer from here. And then in the evening, like I say, it gets a little bit more exciting than my final meal. But aye, post-workout nutrition coming up. He's only going to be, he's going to be like, what the hell? Aye, that's what it is. Don't worry, but this is all part of dieting, people. This is all part of dieting. To the extremes anyway. But, like I say, last day on the mini cut. The food's been low for a while now. I'm dealing with it. I'm embracing it, people. I'm embracing it. But the pump was required. It was a good, it was actually, we got a good pump, so we did. Good arm and delt day. Party pump into it. I'm needing a deload as well. I'm going to take a deload before I do properly go into this off season. Because I'm feeling that the accumulation of fatigue throughout this dieting phase has definitely creeped up on me, and I feel slightly rinsed just training arms and delts there. I was like, I feel ruined. So we're going to do that. But let's just get into the post-workout meal coming up. Wait till you see. So that's it, people. That is the post-workout meal. I tell you, it is a far cry from Cocoa Pops. This is literally all I've pretty much ate for 8 bloody weeks. Chicken salads for post-workout. Don't get me wrong, it does look good. I mean, it looks absolutely phenomenal, to be honest with you. But I would much rather a big ass bowl of Cocoa Pops, which I normally have post-workout. I was having 250 grams of Cocoa Pops, 50 grams of raisins, 100 grams of banana for post-workout, to now having a chicken salad. 150 grams of, I will put the calories and macros on the screen here. 150 grams, I count the tomatoes, but I do not count the lettuce. It's like 14, I think it's like 14 calories for half a bag. But I'm consistent with it. It's in there every single day, so it's something I'm eating every single day, so you don't really need to track it. It's an everyday variable, much like fish oils. They have calories in them, you don't track them because you're having them every single day. When you make adjustments to other foods surrounding that, the body will respond. But aye, this is it. Post-workout salad going in. So aye, calories and macros on the screen for this meal. The next meal after it, sit tight. It's not too sexy, but like I say, this is a mini cut. Do you know what I mean? It's part of it. It's part of getting lean quickly. And as I say, it's an aggressive approach. It's very, very aggressive. My calories went from 6,000 daily. I was consuming 6,000 calories daily for months, and they get dropped to 2,500. It was the first drop. Second drop, 1,800, just like that. So you can imagine how hungry I was, how quickly I was hungry. But like I say, I'm not complaining. We're getting it done. We've got pretty goddamn lean here. And we are ready for the ultimate push-up. This time, people, the goal, last off-season I got to 103 kilo. This time I'm going to shoot for 108 and diet in pretty tidy condition. We'll see how we go on with that. But I'm going to tuck into this one, and I actually cannot wait for it. But like I say, I'd much rather a big ass bowl of Cocoa Pops. Also, another absolutely quality tool when you are dieting down: 0 calorie soft drinks. Have 2 of these a day at the moment. I'd never exceed that because you can get a bit of digestive stress, and they're not good for you. If you're absolutely hammering these, you're going to end up sore bones and all that sort of stuff. They are not, I don't like saying it because a lot of people are like, they'll kill you. Diet juice will kill you, diet juice will not kill you. Too much and will kill you, okay? But nah, these are fine in moderation, don't go crazy with them. So I have 2 diet soft drinks per day. And it's a very, very good tool to have when dieting down. I won't even drink one of these when I'm in a gaining phase because my belly's constantly full. So the thought of having one of them just gas me up, make me feel worse. I'm also on 7.5 litres of water today. This is my 3rd one of these today, and this is a 1.5L. I have one when I got up, one during my workout, one post-workout, and that leads us to 4.5, and then I'll have another one and one typically in the evening as well. I'll maybe not finish the full one, but it kind of works out 7.5 litres a day. But these are going to keep you full. They're going to keep, well, to an extent, they're not going to keep you full. Going to help towards sweet tooth cravings. You're going to be slightly satiated with them. And they're just good, you know, that way when you're dieting, you kind of have a sweet tooth. I've been in pursuit of the next best 0 calorie soft drinks throughout this full dieting phase. I've tried these Tango Paradise ones, the Iron Brew Paradise, disgusting. Cherry Pepsi Max is the GOAT in my opinion, but I love a Dr Pepper Zero as well. What was the one I got the other day? And then for the evening meal, when I'm having one in the evening, it'll be a Pepsi Max caffeine free, because remember there is still caffeine. There's about 40 milligram of caffeine in that, so if you're having that before your bed, it's definitely going to impact that sleep. So, but anyway, this is going in alongside my post-workout meal, alongside this as well. Supplementation that's in this, I'll run you through it in another video. I'm going to do my daily supplementation as well in another video. But this is the post-workout meal alongside the Dr Pepper Zero. Pray for me. Time to tuck in, people, time to tuck in. Taste test coming up as always. I made this chicken up and put like garlic. See, this is the thing as well. When I'm dieting down, I get so creative with my meals because I'm hungry. I'm like, oh, that'll be good, that'll be good. I get so creative then when it's the off season. It's just like, fire it into the blender and I'll drink it. But this is a garlic and herb chicken that I seasoned up, put it in the air fryer, chopped it up into fillets. Not tell I, it came in fillets, I seasoned it up. Air fryer, boom, Bob's your uncle, here we go. Oh, I love that lettuce, so I do. If I close my eyes and just pretend it's Cocoa Pops, it's all good. Nah, we're good. We're good, we're alive and well. Meal number 2 is going down. It is currently 2:45, and that's meal number 2 going in. Still got another 3 meals to have. My final meal's kind of combined to an extent, to be honest with you. I'll have a chicken breast meal in the evening, another chicken salad, and then like half an hour after that I'll have my final meal, which I'm not going to tell you. That's my best meal of the day, that's my surprise. So I'm going to tuck into this. It is nap time, people. I'm going to have myself a wee nap. This is something I do try and do because it's the weekend. I don't really get away with it during the week because I'm too busy. I'm busy at the weekend as well. I've got setups to send out, but I've got time to do it, so I'm going to squeeze in a nap. I was hoping to get myself a massage as well, a little deep tissue, as I definitely need one, but there's a deload coming up, so I suppose I'll have a bit of spare time where I'm not going to the gym and I can get the deep tissues in. But for now, man needs a nap. I need to increase it's a tactical nap to increase my cognitive function for when I send these setups out to the new clients. So I'll just chill here. When you are having a nap, you need to be cautious. You cannot get too comfortable. I'll leave the lights on. I don't put a blanket over me, because if you're napping for any longer than 20-30 minutes max, you're going to wake up feeling worse than what you went to sleep. So you need to time it, you need to execute it, people. You need to be cautious and clever with your naps. So I'll teach you how to nap. Okay, I'll teach you how to nap. So I lie here, let myself kind of doze off, set a wee alarm for 20 minutes, leave the lights on, don't want to fall into too deep a rested sleep, because like I say, you get into that deep rested sleep, you're not getting your ass back up, and when you do get back up, you're probably going to feel like trash. But aye, good night. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Yes, my people, yes. So nap secured, not gonna lie, it did go on a wee bit longer than I expected. I think that was a 40-minute. Now I did specify anything more than 20 you're going to feel a wee bit sluggish, and I do feel a little bit sluggish if I'm being honest with you. But we're getting these steps in. I'm going to sit, watch a little bit of YouTube, just some educational stuff on YouTube. Always got to be learning as a coach. This is something a lot of people do. Like, I was talking about this the other day on my Instagram stories. A lot of people who want to be in this industry, who want to become a coach or a personal trainer, whatever it may be, they'll go and do the level 2 or level 3 PT, and then the learning stops. I've seen it with so many PTs, or people who want to become PTs, like, I want to get into this industry, I want to become a PT. They'll go and quit their job, their life will look good, being in the gym, training people, helping people, it looks good, looking after yourself, it looks like a good life. It is a good life, but you need to be willing to do more than just your level 2, level 3 PT. Seen a lot of people go and do that, quit their job, give everything up, go and do their level 2, level 3 PT, flatline, dead, nothing happens. They're stuck maybe in like a one-to-one PT job with minimal clients, and they don't progress, and then you speak to them and they've went back to their old job, and they're like, they hate this industry. They're like, oh, there's nothing to be achieved in that industry. The market's too saturated, when really the issue was you weren't prepared to go out there and push yourself to learn even more, to become a better coach, to get more clients, to help more people. Do you know what I mean? So always keep that in mind. See a lot of people going back to what they were doing previously, just down to the fact that they thought it was going to be as easy as getting that level 2, 3 PT, they didn't need to learn any more, and that's it. They're a qualified coach. Anybody can get that level 2 and 3 PT. It's what you learn after that makes you a coach. So always, every single day, I will put probably hours aside. Whenever I'm having a meal, I'll sit and watch educational stuff, whether that be educational seminars, webinars, educational platforms, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube channels. I'm always trying to learn, always trying to better myself as a coach, and I do believe my service is always getting better and better as well. So, and that's only going to be beneficial for my clients and me, who's trying to progress as a coach. So maybe willing to put the work in, people. Get these steps in, and then I'll show you meal number 3. Voila. And there we have it, my people. There we have it. Meal number 3 of the day, which is 120 grams of smoked salmon and a bed of lettuce. Yeah, look at that. That's what we're on to, people. That is what we are on to. That's my 4th meal of the day. As you'll see, all the food within this video is extremely nutrient dense food, okay? Like, I have had, the only processed thing that I've had today is a scoop of whey protein powder in my oats. So keep in mind, people, like a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll abuse, they will completely abuse the quick option. What do I mean by that? Aldi's protein puddings, grenade bars, just low quality processed crap, not good quality proteins with good essential amino acids in them, which your body wants. You need to look at the amino profile as well, and the aspect of that within foods, okay? Like, if you want to build good quality muscle tissue, you need to feed your body good quality meat, okay? Good quality whole foods, not processed junk. So people who are going crazy, listen, a little Aldi protein pudding, a wee protein yogurt, a wee grenade bar, maybe fit one of them in a day is okay. But if you're truly asking yourself, why am I not building good tissue? Why does my physique not look good? Why is my training performance crap in the gym? It's probably coming from what you're fueling your body with. It's junk, alright? So sort yourself out and get off the processed garbage! So anyway, sorry, I do apologise if I got aggressive there. 120 grams of smoked salmon for meal number 3 and a bed of lettuce. Here we go, people. Let's get it. Calories and macros on the screen. You can put them all at 0, to be honest with you. I'd give more satiety out of 2 paracetamol and a packet of chewing gum, but it's good, it's nutrient dense, I feel good when I eat it, and it gets me into shape. Let's go.
Your seats as well. Oh yeah, absolutely tiny.
More lettuce.
We just don't sugar. Oh, this is right there. I am running.
She's back. She's back. She was away for the weekend, so I was left to my own devices. People, egg whites, pit stop nutrition. Okay, get your hands on these. Who wants to be sitting cracking eggs and try to get the yolk out of it, try to separate the white from the yolk? Nobody wants to be doing that. get yourself some egg whites, okay, very quick, very efficient. This is the next meal going in. CRM10 for discount on the egg whites, by the way. Uncle Jack, I don't know who Uncle Jack is, but I like him. I call it Uncle Neil's egg whites, to be honest with you, because I get it from Pit Stop. Uncle Neil's and Auntie Molly's egg whites. We put the green beans in the pan, let them cook for a little bit, pull the egg whites on top, let the bottom of the omelette solidify, put it in the oven, nailed it. As you can see, more nutrient dense food for meal number 4. And as I'm doing meal number 4, I shall be preparing for meal number 5, which comes up about 2 hours after it. But we're nearly there, people. Full day of eating is going down. I'm going to dust off this omelette right now. I will sit you down when I'm about to eat it. I will give you a taste test, as I normally do. And alongside that, I will let you know the calories and macros. Oh, it fell to bits. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's a dog's dinner. Hold on to fix that up, please. No, we're alright, we're good, we're good. And this is it, my people. This is it. Meal number 4 going in, an egg white omelette with 150 grams of green beans. Now I know you're probably thinking, Calvin, did you hell, mate? Just put cinnamon on your omelette, then layer it in mayonnaise. You bet your ass I did, people. Let me tell you something right now. See, when you're dieting down, anything tastes good. I would eat dog food at times when I'm dieting down. Anything tastes good. And I know people who have been in competition preps as well, who have done some weird shit with food. And I'm one of these people, okay? Freshly cooked, look at that, to perfection, people, to perfection. Okay, people, here we go. Final meal of the day going in. Not the final meal, I've still got the dessert meal that I've been telling you about all day, the one that's my favourite, forward looking to it. I can't even talk right, I'm that much in a deficit, I'm losing brain cells. My body's burning brain cells, I'm in that much of a deficit. But anyway, this is the final meal of the day, and then dessert still to come, which is kind of like meal 6, but I kind of combine the two of them. It's like a dessert I have. So 150 gram of chicken breast, 150 gram of green beans, calories and macros on the screen. Sorry about the last meal, by the way. As soon as I put a bite into that omelette, same thing happened again. The battery died in the camera. But we've got jammies on, we've got the oversized tee for comfort, we've got the blue light blocking glasses on, which are very, very, very official. Melatonin suppressed when you are looking at blue lights in the evening, so getting yourself a pair of these is going to help with that release of melatonin, natural melatonin, via the pineal gland in the body. So that's why I wear these glasses. And also I'm blind, so I actually have to wear 2 pair of glasses. So when I take my contact lenses out, this is what I actually wear, but I'm not going to walk about like this now. So this is literally 2 pair of specs I've got on my face. My glasses for when I'm blind, and my blue light blocking glasses. Right. Anyway, time to get into this second last meal of the day, and then dessert. Wait till you see the dessert, people, is coming. Oh baby, it's coming. We're going to crack on into this just now, and we are just about wrapped up our full day of eating to get shredded, and I'm pretty goddamn leanish slash a little bit shredded. But anyway, let's get it. And also with the chicken breast, you see what I've done with it there. Batch cook, big old bit in the air fryer, get some seasoning on it, cook it up, put it in the fridge, chop up as I need it in my meals. Boom, voila. The final meal appliances, people, the final meal appliances. Take note, frozen fruit and Greek yogurt going in. 300 grams of the good old faya, or phage, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Is it faya, is it phage, is it faja, is it fudge? I don't know what people want to call it. Let me know in the, what is it the YouTubers say, so as they can get a comment on their thing. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. And then what we also add to that, people, flavour drops, Pit Stop Nutrition, white chocolate. Bad man ting, bruv. Whack a few of them on there. Mix it through, mix it through. Now we want to spread a nice bed here for the berries to sit on. We want the berries to feel as though they're in a calming environment. So spread out a nice bed of phage Greek yogurt. I just call it phage, by the way. I know it says on the jar, actually pronounced fire, which actually sounds cooler. But I don't give a damn, I'm hungry. That's all I care about. Spread that out like that. Very nice, beautiful. Good to go. I even let Lindsay lick the spoon if she's been a good girl. Oh. So we are aiming for 100 grams of blueberries. Perfecto. 100 grams of raspberries. Oh Jesus, spillage. 100 grams of pineapple-ina. Oh, bit much, bit much. Come here, you. Can't be cheating on the diet, people. All adds up. It all adds up. And then we have got 100 grams of one of the best low-calorie satiety options on this planet. Strawberries, people. Strawberries. Don't be shy with the strawberries. Okay. Right. And that is us. Let's go. Final meal. Now what else am I going to do to that? Cinnamon, people. Cinnamon. You know how we do it. We don't be shy with our cinnamon intake, okay? We absolutely submerge it. And then also, a little bit of low calorie syrup. As I say, I don't typically use this one. I use the one from Pit Stop Nutrition, but they have ran out. So Pit Stop, hurry up and get my salted caramel syrup in. Drizzle that over there like that, and voila, mother of God. Taste test coming up. Look at that. Look at that, people. Yeah, look at that. That's what I wait for all day. That's what I look forward to all day. Here we go. Taste test going in. Get a bit of the raspberries on there. Bit of everything. Here we go. Love yous. Oh my God! So good. That's what I look forward to all day. I'm probably going to keep this meal in for the off season as well because it's dynamite. People, calories, macros going on the screen. Final meal of the day. Okay, bye people, so it is the next day. My camera died again just as I was about to do a wee sit down and talk about my full day of eating to get shredded on a mini cut. Now, like I did state at the start of the video, okay, mini cut, extremely aggressive way of dieting, extremely aggressive approach to pull body fat off. Do not follow my exact calories and macros of my day of what I just done. You might gain weight from that, you might lose weight from that, okay. That is essentially how I would go about my mini cut approach. Now, keep in mind, my calories and the reason why I went into a mini cut is essentially down to the fact that my appetite went when I was in my gaining phase. Okay, so that's why I had to utilise my mini cut. I went from 6,000 calories daily, which I was eating for months, down to 2,500 for the first drop, and then down to 1,800 for the second drop, which I finished the mini cut on. The mini cut was 8 weeks. I'll post a little transformation of the 8-week mini cut right here. I did pull off a significant amount. Now do keep in mind as well, like I stated at the start of the video, it is an extremely aggressive approach, okay? One that I do not suggest people take unless they have dieted down pretty aggressively before. Why? Because it can set you up with a very poor relationship with food, okay? Coming off the back end of that, it's essentially what you're doing is controlled starvation for a period of time, which, like I say, when you come out the back end of that, it can lead to binging, it can lead to overeating. But with regards to myself, I've dieted a good few times before, I've been very, very lean before, so my control, and me being able to control coming out the back end of this mini cut, is a hell of a lot better than what somebody who is potentially never dieted down before would be. Now also, if you're overweight, okay, say you are an overweight individual and you say, oh, I want a mini cut, you need to go in about fat loss over a durational period, okay? You're not going to be able just to mini cut, drop your food down very low. Your body will essentially reach metabolic adaptation, okay? And this is what I see a lot of people tend to do. They think, just get aggressive with my calories, hammer my calories into the ground so I can lose as much body fat as possible, as quickly as possible. If somebody's got a hell of a lot of body fat to lose, you hammer your calories into the ground, you increase your expenditure by a hell of a lot. That will work for a very short period of time, and then essentially your body will reach a homeostasis. It will adapt to that, okay? And then what happens? You've still got a hell of a lot of body fat to lose and no food to move, okay? So you can't reduce food any further, you can't do any more cardio because it becomes completely unsustainable. So if you've got a lot of body fat to lose, you need to gradually manipulate over a period of time. A mini cut is essentially, like I say, you're maybe in a gaining phase, your appetite might go, you might get a little bit fluffy, you can pull down that food aggressively, get your appetite back, drop off a bit of body fat. Another approach for somebody might want to utilise it as like a holiday, as I spoke about previously, like somebody who's maybe got 6 weeks to a holiday and they want to drop as much as possible, you can do that, but then again, that ultimately puts you in a spot where it could be setting you up for a significant binge when you do go on holiday, and essentially going in to that mini cut coming out heavier than what you were in, because the more you went into it, simply down to the fact that you're going to be very, very, very hungry, like I am just now. My appetite is through the absolute roof. So now as I gradually start to push my calories back up the way, north, to go into my gaining phase again, it's going to be very hard to control. Every single night I'm going to be absolutely starving, I already know, but I've been here before, I know how to control it. I'm pretty goddamn good at doing so. Before, when I've dieted right down to extremes, it's been a lot tougher, but now I know what to expect. I've been there before, and I know for a fact I'll come out the back end of this, keeping my body composition in a very good spot whilst growing. So that is it. That's essentially what I eat in a day to get shredded. As you can see, it's not a lot of food. For a lot of people, they might be like 1800 calories. That's still a lot of food. Keeping in mind I'm 6'2" and usually sit at 103 kilo, so and usually eat 6,000 calories per day. So for me, that is not a lot of food at all. Okay, and I did feel the effects of it coming towards the end of it. The mini cut actually ends today, so today you shall see. Well, sorry, tomorrow you shall see my post diet, my post mini cut cheat meal. I'm going to have a big old cheat meal or a big old off plan meal, as I haven't had one in 8 weeks throughout this mini cut, and then I'm going to get directly into my gaining phase, and that's how we're going to go about it. So people, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video because it's going to be an exciting one. Sushi is getting into this man's body, and it has not been into this man's body in 8 weeks, and people know I love my sushi. So yes, thank you so much for watching again. Like, comment, subscribe. I've nailed it that time. I've nailed it again. Aye, thank you so much, and I shall speak to you soon.